I will crush you. That's right, it's time for the Warrior card review. Welcome back to Hearthstone Power, guys. Gonna go over the Warrior cards and hope you enjoy. I am very excited to present to you with these cards because they are very, very fun. I actually don't even really enjoy the Warrior in World of Warcraft. I prefer the Death Knight. So yeah, you can hate on me all you want, but the Warrior cards are really cool. I do like them a lot. Yes, I know I was supposed to do the Mage cards next. However, I feel like the Mage has been getting the most attention on at least my videos with the commentary and all that stuff. So I'm going to save the Mage just a little bit longer. I don't feel like I got enough votes for which cards to do next. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to leave more comments on which classes you want to see next. And I promise I will do whatever you guys vote for. So if it's the Mage, it'll be the Mage. I promise. Alright, so let's take a look at the cards. First up, we have the Arathi Weaponsmith. And the suggestion was made in one of the comments to give the card reviews like a rating at the end. Well, some person said don't use the ratings at all, which is fair, but a rating just helps you kind of get a quick idea of how much I like a card. So it is nice to have a numeric value. And another comment said save it till the end, because if I start with a review of this is a 1 out of 5, they might not pay attention to the rest of the review. So fair comments. So I'll try to do that. Alright, the Arathi Weaponsmith. This is essentially 7 damage for 4 mana. You have 3 from the creature and 4 for being able to attack for 2 twice. I think it's going to be one of these staple minions we will see in a warrior deck because of the battle cry ability alone. The fact that you get a decent sized minion is a nice bonus. So all in all, pretty good card. Give this card a 4 out of 5. Next up, the Arcanite Reaper. It's 10 damage for 5 mana. Yes, please. This is another weapon staple, I think. This will let you dish out 10 damage to the enemy hero, or let you kill some big minions. There's not really much to say about this card. I think it's a solid, good card. So I'm giving this also a 4 out of 5. Alright, Armorsmith. Not a huge fan of this card. If you can keep this guy alive, he is helpful. But with 3 life, he will not survive long. He will be a prime target, which further reduces his survivability. So it's with 3 health is kind of low, so he's really not going to be able to do much. So I'm giving this card a 2 out of 5. Now guys, please keep in mind, this is, I'm doing these card reviews without any kind of real play testing. And there's definitely instances where you can build decks around cards and really take advantage of them. So if you can take advantage of this guy, he's very, very good. But I mean, 3 health, 2 mana creature with 2 attack. It's a slightly below average card in my opinion. All right, next, Battle Rage. All right, you need at least 2 damaged minions on the battlefield for this card to be worth it. Damaged minions. Because if you just have 1, it's you haven't really done anything. You will most likely play this late game when there are more minions on the battlefield who have higher life totals. Higher health totals means they usually can't be killed with an attack from 1 minion, so there are likely more damaged minions in play. I like card draw, but I'm not a fan of unreliable card draw. So I wanted to rate this a little bit lower, but I would say it is average because you can focus the warrior cards around it. So I'm giving this a 3 out of 5. And you'll see later which cards I'm referring to. Alright, Brawl. Alright, we saw this card in action already, and it was quite the impressive card and card animation, actually. It's really cool if you can combo this card with your minions that have Death Rattle. The random factor does make me nervous, as always, but if you play this at the right opportunity, it can swing the game. I'm going to give this card a 5 out of 5. It's a pretty much guaranteed board clear -1. So that's pretty good for 5 mana. Alright, Charge. This does take up a precious slot in your deck. Now I know at first glance it's, 0 mana, yay! And charge, yay, that's really cool. But it does take up a slot, so you do need to do another card. You need to play more things besides just charge. But it can be well worth it if you build your deck around it. If you're building an aggressive deck, which is the majority of the warrior cards, and the majority of the warrior decks are going to be aggressive, this card is absolutely insane. Otherwise, it is just pretty good. So this is a 4 out of 5. Alright, Cleave. At first glance, I bet all the warriors are like, yeah, Cleave! But honestly, this card is not that good. Even if you know for a fact which 2 enemies it will hit, it is still not very good damage for 3 mana. The randomness makes it even worse. I almost wanted to rate this card a 1 out of 5, but there are uses for it, so I gave it a 2 out of 5. Alright, Cruel Taskmaster. Okay, I believe we saw this in the duel, the warrior duel. The card is versatile. You can ping off a minion that has 1 health, and you can get a creature to boot. You can combo with a creature that has Enrage, again referring to the duel. And even if you don't have an enraged creature, you can trade health for attack on a minion that has decent life. So it's a pretty average card, at 3 out of 5. Okay, Execute. I want to say this is a warrior staple. By the way, if you hear me say staple, guys, that means it's pretty much a mandatory card in that type of deck. That's what staple is. So I want to say this is a warrior staple, but occasionally this will be a dead card in your hand. You may draw it at precisely the wrong moment. You know, the enemy's got a big creature on the board. It's not damaged, and you're trying to top deck. Sorry, more TCG terms. Top deck is when you basically have no cards in your hand, and you need to draw just that right card to help you win or survive. So you have no cards, right? There's an Illidan in play, and you draw Execute, and he's not damaged, and it's like, useless. So that is why it's not 5 out of 5. However, it is too good not to use. 2 mana to finish off a big minion who you've pinged for 1 is fun. So this is a 4 out of 5. Alright, Fiery War Axe. It's a reliable weapon, albeit not very exciting. It's a good card to fill your deck with early on when you're collecting while you're collecting better cards. You will most likely replace it with something else later on. So this is an average card at 3 out of 5. Frothing Berserker. I can't say the word Berserker without thinking of the movie Clerks. Berserker! Alright, sorry. This has a similar problem to the card mentioned above, Armorsmith, that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but with 4 life he is a little bit more likely to survive. Still, there are better minions. Now I'm going to give this card a 2 out of 5. Again, realize if you build around this guy, he can be good, but that's not what this is for. Any card you build a deck around can be good, so you got to forget that when you're looking at these, one at a time. So 2 out of 5. Alright, everyone's favorite card. This is really cool. Gorehowl is it's a staple in every warrior deck. You can kill an unlimited number of minions with this card. Just do not forget that your hero will take damage from the minions he is attacking. And of course it is great to finish off an enemy hero. Gorehowl is a beast. 5 out of 5. Alright, Grom Hellscream. This is not quite a staple because of the high mana cost, but it's pretty close. It's a very good card. If you can take advantage of his Enrage, which by the way, there's no art here. So here you go. He has Charge, he has Enrage, and he's plus 6 attack when he gets enraged. It costs 8 mana, he's 4 attack, 9 health. So if you can take advantage of his Enrage, you will smile as you crush your enemies. Here's a pro tip. He has Charge, so when you play him, attack an enemy minion first. He will enrage, and you can swing for 10 on the next turn. Since there is no card art, I will give you this. Here you go. Grom Hellscream. He died for your sins. Wonder where Garrosh gets it from. I don't know. The mother's side? I'm not sure. Grom, 5 out of 5. Heroic Strike. Alright, this is it's a reliable damage card at the possible expense of damage to your hero, you know, if you attack a minion. It's close to a staple card, especially early on in your deck building. So I give this a solid 4 out of 5. Alright, Inner Rage. It's 0 mana, so that's good. You can combo this with any enraged creature, and you're sitting pretty. You can ping a low health minion for 0 mana, which is good. Good job if you can do that too. You can combo this also with Execute to kill a minion faster, but you're looking at some card disadvantage there. 2 for 1, not a good thing. So this is pretty average at 3 out of 5. All right, the Kor'kron Elite. We're gonna be killing these guys soon in World of Warcraft, so that makes me kind of sad because these guys are pretty badass. Anyway, Kor'kron Elite. I like Charge, so I automatically like this card. This is an almost stable minion, I think, because of the reliability. You know, it's reliable damage. Charge is very good in this game because your opponent cannot react, of course, besides secrets. Secrets! So, I rate this card 4 out of 5. Mortal Strike. This card isn't amazing, but it is fun to use. You may be in a little bit of trouble if you have less than 13 health, but maybe not if you are playing an aggressive deck that cares little for your own hero's health, which you probably are. You will most likely be playing this on the enemy hero. I assume this because if your health is low and you are a good warrior, the enemy's health should be lower. So you're going to be, close to that final kill when you play this card. And of course you also can, kill a big minion if you have to save yourself. I rate this card 4 out of 5. Alright. Rampage. Yeah, I know, I'm such a nerd. This is a good late game card, I think, when your creatures are getting hit, but not immediately killed. Because early on, your creatures that have low health, they're getting killed pretty quick. They're either at full health or, they're not. They're not going to be in the middle. But it is good later in the game. And the low mana cost makes it a better card. So this is a 3 out of 5. Alright, Slam. If you can combo this with Grom or whoever has Enrage to basically cancel this card and empower your creature, it's pretty good. It's a cantrip. New term. The cantrip is a card that has an effect, then lets you draw a card, basically replacing itself. I would rate this a 2 out of 5, but it can be versatile for the fact that you can kill an enemy creature with it, or prepare an enemy for death on that same turn, and draw a card in the process. So, 3 out of 5. Alright, Torn Warrior. You can look at him. He's a solid minion. He's starts as early defense, and then he immediately becomes an aggressive creature as soon as he's defended an attack. The only problem is he is not amazing because of the low health. You will most likely not see him damaged. You will see him at full health, or you will see him dead. Rarely something in between. So that's why I rate this card a 3 out of 5. Alright, the Warsong Commander. I really want to like this card, but it just won't survive long enough to be useful. If you can play it really late game with a big minion that does not have charge, it can be worth it. The problem is the slightly high mana cost. So I give this card a 3 out of 5 only because it will be a high priority for the enemy. So, like I said, you're going to want to play this late game with another creature that costs like 6 or 7 or something like that. Play him, and then all your other minions get charged. Play your other big creature, and there you go. But again, he had to spend 2 cards to do that. So, average 3 out of 5. And last but certainly not least is Whirlwind. On its own, this card is average, but it does have synergy with most of the other warrior cards. You have creatures with Enrage. You have cards like Rampage, Execute, Battle Rage, for example. It is 1 mana, so that makes it a pretty good card. You just got to remember it does do damage to all minions, not just the enemy minions. So, but all around, good reliable card, and so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Alright, this wraps up the Warrior card review. Please leave feedback, subscribe, let me know what you guys think, and let me know which class you want to see reviewed next. Alright, I will see you guys later. Take care. Time to Hearth out.